Welcome to the Abyss, adventurer. Today we're diving deep into the most vile, the most chaotic, and the most dangerously charismatic beings in all the Forgotten Realms, the Demon Princes. These aren't your average fiends. Each of them rules a layer of the Abyss and commands legions of demons. They're gods in everything but name, and sometimes even that. These entities are nightmares, carved from madness, each a force of destruction with a fan base of cultists who really need better hobbies. They inspire terror, fanaticism, and the occasional late-night Wikipedia rabbit hole. So sharpen your blade, whisper a prayer to whatever god still listens, and check your will saves. We're going in, and don't look back. The Abyss stares harder when you do. Let's kick things off with the Lord of Undeath himself, Orcus. This bloated, bat-winged horror rules Thanatos, a frozen wasteland of corpses and forgotten souls. He carries the infamous Wand of Orcus, which can straight up kill you on contact. No saving throw, no second chance. His goal? Turn the entire multiverse into an undead nightmare where he reigns supreme, and everyone else just moans a lot. Orcus was once a mortal creature who clawed his way up through sheer malevolence. He loathes life, hates the gods, and views undeath as the ultimate form of control. His cults are vast, and his reach is long. Entire cities have fallen under his influence before being raised as legions of the damned. Fun fact, even other demon lords think he's gone too far. That's saying something. When the people who literally eat souls think you're overdoing it, maybe take a breather. Next up, the Prince of Demons. Yes, that's an official title. Demogorgon is chaos incarnate. He's a two-headed tentacle beast with serious sibling rivalry. With himself. His heads, Amal and Hethrodia, constantly war for control, often ruining his plans because neither can agree on what carnage to cause first. Despite that, he rules the gaping maw, a boiling jungle of madness where predators hunt demons just for fun and can melt minds with a glance. Worshipped as a god by troglodytes and various savage tribes, Demogorgon is a creature of contradiction. Savage yet strategic, furious yet cunning. His very presence causes the natural world to spiral into madness. If you see reality ripple like a heat wave and hear voices in your teeth, congratulations, he noticed you. He's the closest thing the Abyss has to a celebrity. Think evil jungle god meets eldritch influencer with rage issues. Smooth, suave, and utterly sadistic. Meet Graz'zt. He looks like a tall, dark-haired prince with obsidian skin and 6 fingers on each hand. Don't let the charm fool you. He's the master of manipulation and corruption. He rules 3 layers of the Abyss, collectively known as the Argent Palace in Azagrat, and he constantly schemes against his rivals. His preferred weapon? Your own desires. Originally a devil who defected to the Abyss, Graz'zt mixes infernal ambition with demonic cruelty. He surrounds himself with succubi, spies, and warlocks who fall under his spell. He plays the long game, weaving plots within plots that span centuries. Think fiendish Casanova meets power-hungry politician, with a wardrobe so good it's practically a war crime. He'd make a great Bond villain, if Bond never left the dungeon. Let's get gross. Juiblex, the Faceless Lord, is basically sentient sludge with an inferiority complex. This demon prince is a massive, ever-hungry ooze that devours everything in its path, including other demons. It doesn't speak. It just gurgles, bubbles, and digests with the enthusiasm of a blender on full speed. Ruling a layer known as Shedakla, Juiblex is in a never-ending turf war with Zuggtmoy, the demon queen of fungi. He's hated, feared, and often underestimated. Juiblex represents the breakdown of structure itself. He is decay, entropy, and mindless hunger made flesh. And by flesh, we mean gelatinous horror. It's less politics, more whose rot smells worse, and Juiblex always comes in second and resents it deeply. If depression had a form and wanted to eat your face, it'd be Juiblex. Speaking of which, Zuggtmoy, Lady of Rot and Decay. She's the fungal queen of the abyss, not technically a demon, but powerful enough to claim a lair and demand respect. She spreads spores, madness, and the kind of mildew that eats through steel. Once, she even tried to conquer the material plane via the Temple of Elemental Evil. Spores as weapons? Terrifying and oddly efficient. Zuggtmoy is obsessed with growth, the kind that suffocates, infects, and erases identity. Her victims often become fungal puppets, moving in mockery of their former lives. Cultists of Zuggtmoy tend gardens that scream and temples that breathe. Basically, she's what happens when mold gets divine ambitions and a flair for interior desecration. You like gnolls? You can thank Yeenoghu for that, and maybe scream while you're at it. The beast of Butchery is the patron demon of gnolls, those hyena-faced horrors that love disembowelment a little too much. Yeenoghu roams the 422nd layer of the abyss, known as the Death Dells, where he tears through everything in his path with a triple-headed flail. Building empires? Nah. He builds bone piles. He didn't create gnolls, he corrupted them. Once scavengers, they became his bloodthirsty agents. They lived to please him with violence, destruction, and hunting the weak. Yeenoghu doesn't do subtlety. He doesn't do mercy. He does carnage, and lots of it. He's what happens when you mix rabies, rage, and a god complex, then drop it into a meat grinder. The Horned King, the Demon Prince of Beasts, Lord of Labyrinths. Baphomet is a minotaur on steroids and a dungeon architect from hell. He lives in the endless maze, a shifting labyrinth filled with cultists, traps, and fiendish beasts that eat adventurers for breakfast. His hatred of civilization is absolute. He views cities as cancer and prefers his followers feral, bloody, and directionally confused. He represents primal rage and bestial dominance. His mazes drive intruders mad and test their instincts over intellect. The longer you wander, the more human logic fades. In his eyes, strength and savagery are the only true virtues. If you've ever gotten lost in a dungeon for 6 hours and blamed your DM, might have been Baphomet's doing, and he loved every minute of it. Master of deception, Fraz-Urb'luu is the prince of lies and everyone's worst hallucination. He's a bat-winged brute who crafts illusions so real they can stab you. Literally. Trapped in the material plane for centuries by a clever wizard, he returned with a grudge and a vendetta to match. Now, he rules Hollow's heart, his abyssal domain, and devotes every waking second to making people question reality itself. Fraz-Urb'luu is a master manipulator who creates cults through fake visions and phantom promises. He can manufacture memories, reshape perceptions, and even fabricate entire histories. He doesn't want your soul, he wants your belief. He's basically a gaslighting kaiju who took mind games way too seriously and decided the truth was optional. Say his name and he might just show up. Seriously. Try it. No, actually, don't. Pazuzu is the demon prince of flying things, open skies, and corrupting the pure of heart. Unlike most of his peers, he doesn't rule a layer of the abyss. He hovers above it all, whispering promises to desperate mortals. He's infamous for granting wishes, but every wish he grants adds a hook in your soul. He preys on the innocent, especially children and paladins. His bargains seem harmless at first, but always lead to ruin. He thrives on tragedy, and his cultists often start as victims who couldn't say no to a whisper in the wind. If Mephistopheles had wings, a smile, and zero chill, he'd be Pazuzu. Let's go deep. Real deep. Mariana Trench meets cosmic horror. Dagon is an ancient, aquatic horror that predates many other demon lords, and possibly even the abyss itself. Residing in the shadowy depths of the abyssal seas, he influences dreams, speaks through drowned corpses, and drives sailors mad with visions. He doesn't need armies or followers, just time and nightmares. Worshipped by aquatic cults and deep-sea monstrosities, Dagon doesn't conquer with fire and sword. He infects through dreams, slowly unraveling sanity until his victims beg for oblivion. To look upon him is to see the ocean's hunger given form. Think Cthulhu, but meaner, wetter, and much more patient. There are more lurking in the shadows: Kostchi, the rage-fueled frost giant; Malkanthet, queen of succubi; and others the realms have only whispered about in their most feverish nightmares. Each demon prince is a nightmare, tailor-made to break heroes, warp worlds, and corrupt hope itself. These aren't just monsters. They're apocalyptic concepts, given form and attitude. Each one is a warning. Power unrestrained becomes monstrous, and evil given freedom breeds infinity. So next time you roll a d20 and feel that chill down your spine, it might not be bad luck. It might be them. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the lore, be sure to smash that like button like a barbarian on a rampage. And if you want to keep uncovering the mysteries of the realms, don't forget to roll for subscription and hit the bell so you never miss a quest. Until next time, may your rolls be high and your loot be legendary.